Hello, my name is Jenan Kanono. I'm the team leader at Jonaki Holdings Limited, where we get to serve you. So if you have a financial challenge, if you have a money problem, if you want to scale up your business, we have you sorted. And you can always check us out at www.thejonakiholdings.com for money solutions. We are located in Ntinda as our headquarters and at Mulago Business Center as our branch. Enjoy this video. So I'm glad to have you today. I'm for our second number of videos of shorts, but for another topic that I think is very, very important for us to benefit, especially if you're a lender, and especially if you're at a certain point, borrow to scale up your business or improving your business. These are some of the videos you actually have to watch because you can pick one or two things and they benefit you. So today we have quite an interesting topic, especially for the lenders. Yeah, because I've seen a number of lenders that lend haphazardly. You lend all sorts of clients, you don't have a specialized niche. So our topic today is specialized niche versus generalized lending. So if you're a person who has been generalizing your lending and you don't have a particular niche that you're serving, you actually sit down, rest a little bit and watch. So if I may ask, do you have a particular niche that you've been serving if you've been lending money? Your microfinance, your money lender, do you have a specific niche that you've been serving? Now, there are key things I will highlight for because of time, but there are key things you actually have to mind that you have to consider when you're lending, if you have to actually make it, if you have to grow. Because we start businesses, but at the end of the day, we need to grow. If you started 5 years back, it would be heartbreaking to be at the same level, even at a lower level. So you need to progressively grow. The key thing that you actually have to find out or mind is that you find that there are 20% of your clients that give you 80% of the revenue. 20% of the clients that give you 80% of the revenue. So if you have a system, actually data can show you that there is this bracket of clients out of the 200 clients that you have, there's this bracket of 20 clients or 50 clients that give you 80% of the revenue. Now, they are the ones that I'm talking about. You need to dig deep in the data and find out what do these clients actually do? What do they specialize in? Because you don't just sit back and say, I think my niche is, hardware people. Or probably my niche is taxi drivers. It will be half-baked. It will be far-fetched. It will be emotional-based. And you see something emotional-based cannot give you the results because you don't have the evidence. It is data that speaks. So you actually have to dig deep on the clients that give you 80% of your revenue or 20% of your clients that give you 80% of the revenue. This is what we did at Jonaki. So you sit down and actually give assignment. You might not have to do it as a CEO yourself. You may task your loan officers, you may task your managers, you may task your leaders in your organization or your senior people and say, sit down, I've given you an assignment, go and highlight 10 clients that you think give us 80% of the revenue as an assignment. And after discussing those clients, you actually dig deep on what they do. If they pay very well and they all probably deal in boutiques, then you'll know that your niche is boutiques. Now, when your marketing is targeted towards that particular niche, not haphazard. If you're reaching out, your reach out is targeted towards that particular niche because that's a category of clients that give you 80% of the revenue. Now, if you've been lending generally and you do not know, that means you've been, being haphazard, even marketing haphazard, because anything that is very specific is terrific. Anything that is targeted tends to yield significant results. So my point to you is that go down there in your system, go down there in your clientele and find out which is 20% of your clients that give you 80% of the revenue. Dig deep on the data of what they actually do. What do they specialize in? Then also after realizing that, I know that there is a bracket of 80%, 80%, because if this is 20 and it's giving you 80% of the results of the revenue. So that means that there's the remaining 80% that is giving you the 20% of the revenue. So you need to strategize on how to actually eliminate the 80%. Because for those who are doing lending, you know what it means. Those clients give you headache. Some of them are very hard to collect from. Some of them are terrible, I have to be confident to say it. because you wish you actually didn't serve them. And those are the guys that even don't give you as much revenue. So you need to strategize or plan on how to prune them, how to weed them. And I'm going to shoot a video on that. The procedures that you can go through, they are like 4 steps that you can go through to weed them. Because look, that means if you've been taking a lot of time calling them, collecting from them, visiting them, if you specialize on the 20 that give you 80% of the revenue, you'll have plenty of time because you're reducing the 80% that give you 20% of the revenue. So that means you actually have to prune them. And in pruning them, some of them you actually have to tell them, you know what, I'm sorry, I cannot serve you. If they are coming for loans, you tell them, you know what, I am afraid for this time long, based on your credit rating, we may not be able to serve you. You'll be doing yourself a service. And in doing yourself a service, you'll be serving your premium clients. And before you know it, these premium clients will actually refer you to much more premium clients. And then you actually give them much more attention. And then you actually engage them. Because they are the guys that keep you in business. You're in business because these people are in business. So you need to identify their pain points. Because you may be serving them, but they have their pain points. We have the assumption sometimes as entrepreneurs, as business leaders, we just sit back and think for clients. Sometimes it's not as good. You need to find out from themselves. Find out what are their pain points. What can you do better? What is your area of innovation? What keeps you in business? What is your edge? What makes you different from another lender? Is it speed? Is it turnaround time? If they are complaining that you're taking 2 days to process the facilities, now is the time to innovate. Can you embrace technology to probably reduce your turnaround time? So you need to hear from them. Because you may be innovating on the turnaround time, and yet people, they are comfortable. The clients are comfortable with the time with which you serve them. And probably they don't mind the 2 hours, the 5 hours you're taking, or the 2 days you're taking. And probably they only mind the customer care, how your staff are handling them. So you need to hear from them. And how do you hear from them? You need to get feedback from them using links. If you have a system, that means if a client pays and completes, can you use your system to actually send them a link to give you feedback? Can you organize a one-to-one, a cup of coffee? These are premium clients. You're in business because of them. So if you're in business because you've been consuming your services, then it's unfortunate, because ultimately we develop these products, we have this money to be lent out. If you have this money sitting on your account, at the end of the month, I doubt the bank will give you the returns that you may need to pay your expenses, to pay your staff, to even keep in business, to have offices, to run operations, because all those are expenses. So you need clientele. So you need to sit them down and hear from them, one-on-one. These are premium clients. These are the guys that keep you in business. So ask them, how can I do it better? If my area of innovation is turnaround time, because we are in business because the bank has told the clients, come after 3 months. Now, if a bank tells someone, come after 2 weeks or 3 weeks, and you as a lender, as a money lender or a microfinance institution, you still tell the same client, come after 2 weeks or 3 weeks, then it is unfortunate. Because then you're not bridging the gap. We are meant to bridge the gap. And our key thing is turnaround time. So get feedback from the clients, understand their pain points, and treat them specially. That's why there's premium, there's platinum banking, even in banks. There are some clients that don't join the lines. They are processing a facility, a loan facility, but they are sipping on a cup of coffee. They are giving a cappuccino double, whereas the other clients who are lining up. So there's a reason as to why they do that. So my assignment to you is go out, check out your data, go to your loan book, check out the clients, the 20% of them that give you 80% of the returns, and give them special attention. Hear from them, discover their pain points, find a solution for them, and before you know it, you'll be on top of your game. Thank you for watching. Subscribe, comment, and always check us out at www.jonakiholdings.com. Thank you so much, and blessings.